Hey guys, just another quick video to showcase, or an unboxing rather, for my buddies, Rob, Eric, Joe, my buddy Al. Finally got one. Two, actually. But this is the new 40K, Warhammer 40K, Imperial Knight, Renegades box game. This is a game in itself. It's like giant robots fighting each other. Or you can actually add these to your 40K armies or your existing 40K armies and really go to town. This is a very cool box set, very affordable. If you're gonna get into Knights, there's a new Knights Codex out, and there's a Renegade free download for the Renegade Knights, because you know Chaos gotta have their Knights too. Which I will be playing. But if you're going to get into Knights, the cost of these figures on their own is pretty expensive, which is what's kept me away from them. But this set, you are literally getting these two Knights and a piece of scenery for almost half the cost of what each one of those things would have cost individually. That's a win-win. I mean, that's pretty smart dealing as far as Games Workshop goes. I mean, you know, they make these things to make money, you know. Here's the box, or the back of the box rather. So you get these two Knights, and these are the newer updated Knights supposedly, not like the Paladin or that. These come with the torso-mounted weapons. You get auto cannons, power claw, and the Sector Mechanicus scenery, which in itself, again, is pretty expensive by itself. You also get the data cards for the two Knights to play the game by itself, plus a small rule book / campaign book for them, which is pretty cool. Let's crack this open real quick. Take a look. No saran wrap like they usually put on their kits. Just big old pieces of tape. Cool. Here's a rule book, plus the painting instructions, of course, and these are the actual instructions to build the models, which I'm very excited for. And it looks like the data cards are in there as well. Let's take a quick look. Yes, there's one. Red Might and Litany of Destruction. Renegade Knight. Litany of Destruction. That's hilarious. And the reverse side has weapons. It's pretty cool. Printed Renegade too. So you got Imperial and Renegade. That's kind of cool. They're the same picture, but it's printed differently. Core rules set for 40K. This is cool. If you don't have the Dark Imperium set, or the First Strike set, or that No Fear set, these are really cool. You can take these with you. Really small print, but it's cool to have just as a reference. And there's your instructions. Like most GW kits, full color. Man, that is a lot of parts. But you know, makes them sexy Knights. Interesting, no stats for them like they normally put in their kits. It's a pretty cool piece of artwork. Like the cover. And the back says Renegade. Imperial Knight Renegade. Set all this stuff to the side. Looks like there's duplicate part sprues. So here is the torso and the armor. These kits are so cool. You can actually feel the release agent on here. It's greasy. There's two of those. There's two of these sprues. And here is the Mechanicus, Sector Mechanicus bits. I have a hard time with the names. It's like Graviton something dark side. I don't know. It's really cool though. Supposedly GW created like 6 sprues with all these different pieces like platforms, canisters, pipes, things like that. But supposedly they separated the 6 sprues into a bunch of kits. Here we have more knight bits. Looks like the chainsword. There's the rear torso. There's part of the cannon. And that looks like where the torso meets the legs. There is a lot of detail in these kits. And that's a second sprue, a repeat sprue. Here we have the legs and feet. I know these things have to go together a very specific way. These pieces here with these pieces here and these pieces here, how they line up so that you get that pose. And then we have a repeat. Again. This is the sprue, if not mistaken, that separates these from the standard paladin kits, and this is the special weapons sprue, or accessory sprue, or extra bit sprue, whatever you want to call it. There's a Gatling cannon, torso weapon. There's the different faces. Those are really cool. I don't know if you can see that very well, but when I'm done building it, you will be. There's missiles right there. Yeah. Oh, another piece of scenery. These are the legs and the ladders to support the pieces of scenery, which is kind of cool because it makes it really tall. So it gives you a lot of height from the bottom of the battlefield, or the standard table level of battlefield, to the top. That's pretty cool. We used to have to build stuff like this just to get our models off the ground. And the final scenery sprue. These are the walkways. That's pretty cool. They have like a peg system so that you can clip these little tabs in to hold the pieces together and kind of build it any which way you want. That's kind of cool. It's interesting that they would do something like this now. I mean, granted, again, you know, when we started, most of the scenery was a few plastic bits and cardboard, like thin cardstock. You got your bases, pretty big bases there, and you've got your sticker sheets with the different houses, and that's pretty cool. And then your large Imperial wings. Huh. And they even threw in 2 little dice. That's hilarious. But there you go. That's what's in the box of the Imperial Knights Renegade 40K set. Try to get this all back together. Fit. Go back in. that's the kit. And again, for the price, you really can't go wrong. I mean, I got this box, no kidding, off of eBay for $165. That's literally $25 more than GW's website's asking price for this night. If you can't do that math and realize it, even if you go on the internet and get a different, like a discount, these are still discounted, maybe $120, you know, that's still a good deal for 2 nights and a piece of scenery. So if you get the chance, add that to your collection. If you're interested in knights, if you're not, no big deal. If you're a chaos player, you should be, because, you know, why wouldn't you want to have knights in your army? And obviously Imperial players have them, or access to them. Why not, man? The bigger the models, the more exciting the game. I remember a time when models were only 3-4 inches high at the most. That was the biggest model you could get, and it was pewter. It was like a lead weight. You know, this is amazing that these kits are being made this way. You know, amazing detail for plastic kits too. I remember when we first started playing this game, the plastic kits were so plain and simple, you know, that you couldn't, you know, it was really hard to justify buying like a $25 Rhino, and it was literally a box with pipes, you know, and you were like, wow, I can't, you know, when there are Gundam kits out there or other model kits that just blow it away. But I mean, they're starting to get up to that standard, a higher standard. They're setting a higher standard for modeling, you know, production. Which is why they're the, you know, biggest gaming company in the world. You know, you got to stay on top, right? So these kits are pretty well done. And I do a lot of, like, I get recasts as well as GW kits. I do a lot of comparing. But these kits are really nice, really well done, and I'm very happy with the addition of this set, so I could jump into it. I'm going to have a Chaos Knight. I actually have the Forge World upgrade kit to make the Chaos Knight. Surprise! And I'm going to turn this one into a Space Wolf Knight for my son's army. So we'll see. Alright, thank you for watching.